What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to keep your gear clean, especially if you're fishing in a saltwater environment. Oh yeah. This is my kayak. Get yourself one. Fish on.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that tank.
That's a toad, brother. Golly. If you want to immerse yourself in natural beauty, serene outdoor settings, unbelievable beaches, world-class fishing, plan your next adventure at visitmarylandscoast.org. All right, guys, so we didn't get the fish we were looking for out of here at Assateague Island, but before we move spots, let me show you a quick tip on how to take care of your gear, especially when fishing saltwater. All right, so I have a shower already mounted on my truck that I use with my little kick-ass Outback tent, but it just pops off like this, and it's got 2 or 3 different ways you can do it. I like the version where you pressurize it by hand, because if you have to have the QD fitting to do it and you don't have that with you, then you're kind of out of luck. So I like to just use the pump cap that it has. Now there's companies like Rinse Kit. You can actually just get a water sprayer, a garden sprayer, and just fill it up with water. But what you want to do is you want to use a low pressure setting. You want to walk back in pretty much any gear that you got salt water on and lures that you got salt water on. You just want to give them a nice rinse down. And one thing to remember is that fishing guides bring in salt just as much. And then, so what you want to do is just take your rods that you got salt water on and just kind of rinse them all the way to the tip. But again, you want to use low pressure water. You don't want to use high pressure, because high pressure will actually force the salt into the reel. And then what I do is just rinse them down when I first get off the water, and then I just let them stand while I'm getting everything else done. And then one thing to keep in mind, if you're fishing braided line actually brings water back into the reel. So one of the things I like to do is just kind of rinse down my reels that I used in saltwater with braided line in pretty much every direction. And then after the trip is over, you want to give that thing an open up, take the spool out, rinse it down, and then apply whatever your manufacturer recommends for lubricant. But one thing again is to make sure you rinse these things all the way to the tip, because even with saltwater models of stuff, letting that salt just sit there in the corners of your guides and the cracks and crevices of your reel is a good way to have premature failure. So pick up some type of way to rinse your gear down right on the water. It'll save you a lot of money in the long run, a lot of frustration with gear breakdown and gear maintenance. Like I said, I use the water port because I already use it for a shower, but you can go as cheap as just going to Walmart or Ace Hardware somewhere and just buying a garden sprayer. Just fill it up with water and keep it in the back of your truck.